Good. Now that you have yourself all set to go, let's set up the saw. There's really three main adjustments that you need to make a good cut: blade height, blade angle, and the fence. Every tool has slightly different adjustments, but they are all fairly intuitive once you know what you're looking for. This table saw has the bevel angle adjustment wheel used for making beveled rip cuts on the left-hand side of the saw. Turning the wheel will change the angle of the blade, and the bevel angle indicator in front will show you your angle. The wheel in front is how we adjust the blade height. Can you think why the height adjustment is in front with the bevel indicator? It's the adjustment that we use most frequently. When setting the blade height for your cut, it should always be about 1/8 of an inch higher than your workpiece is thick. The reason for this is it minimizes exposure to the blade while cutting. As you can see, if the blade is a lot higher than the workpiece is thick, you have a lot of blade that could cut you. If it's just right, you minimize that risk. Now that you have your blade height and angle set, the third and final key adjustment is the fence. This is what controls the dimension you're ripping your board to.
Some saws have a ruler built in as part of the saw as an indicator to set the fence. I still feel more comfortable setting my fence by measuring the distance from blade to fence. This is the only saw I've ever worked with where the fence indicator is actually fairly darn accurate. You also want to make sure that your fence is square by measuring from the fence to the miter grooves in the front of the blade and behind it. If you do that, your fence will be square.
Set the fence where you need it and lock it down. There are other adjustments you can do with your saw, but I will not cover those in this episode. They are more advanced and should only be used once